That's lovely, isn't it? Very nice.
How are you all feeling about tomorrow night's game?
Yeah, obviously we're looking forward to it. Another big game, a game we're looking forward to, and we know that we'll have to be at our maximum to progress. And we've done all the work in the training ground this morning and all the video stuff as well. So we know exactly what we're up against, and like I said, we have to perform on the night and give everything to go through.
How much of a step up do you think it will be from the last qualifier?
Yeah, I think when you get to this stage, then you kind of get past the first round, and then you start to come across some serious teams. And I think their record obviously last year in the Europa League was excellent as well. So there's no chance of us underestimating them or under preparing or anything like that. So as I said, we've prepared well. We trained well this morning, and we're looking forward to the game.
A win on Saturday with the chances that you created, that must give you all great confidence going into the next game.
Yeah, exactly. It's always good to come off the back of a win, a clean sheet as well. So performance was good. Like you said, we probably could have scored another couple of goals, but vitally important that we got the 3 points, and confidence is really high going into the game.
With everything that Celtic are chasing this season, how vital is Champions League football and amongst all that?
I think it's always vital. Really lifts the club, and everyone will talk about Champions League and how good the nights are when you get them back to Celtic Park, and it's a real good competition. We've just watched the sort of knockout stuff of the mini tournament, and it's been excellent, and that's where the players want to be. So we'll give everything to get there. We know that it'll be a difficult task, but we certainly back ourselves, and we think we've got enough quality and experience in the team now to try and get there.
Did you watch the final on Saturday?
Yeah, it was,
Sunday?
yeah, Sunday. Aye, no, it was excellent. Obviously two top teams, and really tactically interesting as well. And that's the level that we have to try and aspire to get there.
It's two top teams that you've played against recently, isn't it? Does that show you that you know firsthand the level required to get to the very top?
I think so. I think like you said, the final is two teams that we've played sort of fairly recently, and especially PSG as well, with sort of warm up game for them, and you see the level that these guys are at, and you know exactly what it takes to do well in the games and try and get something. So like you said, we're aware of where the standard is and how good the competition can be for us, and that's ultimately where we want to be. But we've got to do these qualifying games, and like I said, there's no way we're underestimating this team. They'll come, they'll fancy their chances, and it's about us going into the game with a positive attitude and working hard and earning the right to win the game.
You talked about European nights at Celtic Park. How big a loss are the fans going to be?
Yeah, obviously, huge. These are the games that everybody speaks about, and around the world with the Champions League games and getting the fans in, and you can create a real special atmosphere. So it's disappointing obviously that we won't have them, but at the same time we still have to perform as if they're there, and sort of press and play forward, play aggressive as if the fans were there, and we spoke about that this morning. So we're under no illusion how well we have to play to go through.
You've just been named in the Scotland squad by Steve Clark this season. Is that for you?
Yeah, brilliant. It's always a huge honour to be called up for your country, and something I'm proud of all the time, and I just want to keep sort of racking up the caps and obviously trying to do well for Scotland. A big couple of months coming up, and on top of everything that we've got going on as well, it's certainly at the forefront of my mind to try and achieve something with Scotland as well.
Such a busy calendar for you, but is it something you relish?
Yeah, of course. It's obviously I've been sat in the house for 3 months, so I spoke about that over lockdown. Sometimes you take for granted how many games you have, and sometimes as being a footballer, the sort of moans can creep in of playing too many games or whatever. But I'm always one that wants to play and would play every 3 days if I can. So for me, it's an exciting period coming up, and one that I'm definitely looking forward to, and try and get as many games as I can.
Obviously with Scotland as well, with the absence of the fans. In terms of the players, how do you try and replicate the intensity that Scotland and Celtic fans bring to games like that?
Yeah, I think it's obviously difficult because that the human element is when you have the full crowd, then subconsciously it sort of lifts your standard a little bit as well. But I think it'll be a personal pride as well in terms of you coming off the pitch and knowing that you've gave everything, and and collectively as a team as well, but obviously that being Celtic and Scotland as well, that there's a collective pride that the players, like I said, they have to come off and feel like they've done a good job, and and perform to the best of their ability, and giving the fans something that they can be proud of to watch. So I think that's the only way that we can try and sort of replicate actually having that full stadium.
With everything you've won at Celtic, is sort of that major tournament with Scotland, that sort of next box you really want to tick?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, I've tasted success at Celtic, and can continue to do that. The hunger's there to do that, and like you said, to add a major tournament into that with Scotland would be incredible. And like you said, it'd be a build on everything that I've achieved so far. So like I said, that's very much at the forefront of my mind as well, to give everything for Scotland, and like I said, try and turn that round for us.
You played against London Dykes. You played against London Dykes, Callum. What's he going to bring to Scotland?
Yeah, I think he's obviously talented player, talented boy, and obviously he's gave us a right tough time a couple of games that he's played against us. So he'll give us that physical presence. It'll be another option for the manager to look at as well, where if we have to go a little bit more direct, then it's definitely a good option, and he'll probably give the team a sort of focal point to work off as well, and he brings people into the game really well as well. So delighted that he's in the squad, and looking forward to meeting up with him next week.
Callum, is he a better technical player than people realise?
I think so. Certainly the games that we've played against him, his touch has been excellent. Like I said, he brings people into the game, and obviously he's a goal threat as well. So as many good options as we can get for Scotland, then that's certainly going to help the standard of the team. And like I said, you then have a different focal point if you want to bring him into the game. Then it sort of helps you set up your team differently as well. So it's exciting for him, and like I said, it'll be good to meet up with him next week and get him involved in the camp.
Pleased to see your pal Kieran Tierney back in Scotland fold as well.
Yeah, definitely. I was texting him last week actually, so delighted for him. Hopefully, he's over his sort of fitness worries, and he can come back into the squad and play a real big part, because obviously his quality is undoubted, and we know how good a player he is within the camp. Obviously everybody in the country does, but to get somebody like that and back in the squad and back playing games, then it's definitely going to benefit Scotland.
At the moment, Callum, there seems to be like a strong almost Scottish League feel to the national squad. Do you think that can help? If you'll play together or played against each other recently, can that help you?
I think so. Obviously that, like you said, the continuity of the players knowing each other, or having played against each other, and things like that, then it certainly does help. But I think when everybody meets up for Scotland, we become the Scotland team, and it's important that we try and gel as quickly as possible, and implement what the manager wants us to do. So you're going to get boys for different clubs, but it's important that when we come together, we almost have that club mentality and feel to it as well, where everyone wants to work hard. We're all working in the same direction, and like I said, that direction is to try and get us to a major tournament. So it's important that you leave your club stuff at the door when you come in, and everyone's together, and has that sort of team mentality as well.
Just going back to the game tomorrow night. Obviously, you've not made it in the Champions League for the last few seasons with the double leg ties, but with the single leg ties, can you almost take, can you be confident, because you are so impressive in single leg ties in the Scottish Cup and the League Cup, maybe 30, 31 games in a row you've won. Can that give you confidence going into these single leg ties? You almost have a better chance in a one-off game?
I think it can help you. Obviously, if you do everything right on the night and you perform well, then and you have a good night, then you're through. So obviously you would take that. I just think it's important that you do get it right on the night. Obviously, you don't have then the security of the second leg to try and pull it back. So the good thing for us is we've got a home tie. We're prepared really well today, and everyone's in good spirits, good confidence going into the game, and like I said, we have to perform on the night, and if we do, then we've got a great chance of going through.
Have the Israeli guys had much to say about the game coming up?
I beat on doesn't like him. Not good enough. They're obviously they're looking forward to it as well, and they'll fancy their chances as well, as will we. So it's a wee bit of rivalry there. There's a wee bit of fun sort of banter stuff going on, but ultimately when we meet up and we play the game, it's serious, and both teams will want to win. So it'll be good to see them and play against them as well.
So it was a close game the last time on. It took a late save by Callum McGregor to keep it at 3-2.
Yeah, I think they're a good side as well, and there are a lot of attacking qualities, and they showed that over the both games as well. So obviously we know them pretty well now. We'll play them again obviously coming up soon, and then when we get the playoff game, then we should know everything about them in terms of the way they want to play, and how we can implement the way we want to play against them. So it'll be interesting to kind of see the next couple of games.
Callum, you've been around the place pretty much all your life. What's your assessment of the strength of the squad at the minute at Celtic? Because it looks like there's possibly some new recruits coming in as well on top of what you've already got.
Yeah, obviously the squad every year seems to be touching up with quality and getting better. Sometimes we lose a couple, but we always seem to find good ones and bring them in, and we get them up to speed pretty quickly. So that tells you about the character of the boys that are here, and the standards that we set every day. That when the new ones come in, then we're flying and ready to go, and we get them up to speed. So like you said, there's obviously a talk of a few coming in, and it'd be great to get them in, fresh faces again. It sort of ignites that competition and training as well, and drives the standard on. So definitely looking forward to getting a few in.